a space where we explore you, us, we, humanity, humans, how we function, how we don't function, how we can function, how we have had functioned, and how we will function? Question mark. I don't know. I can't predict the future, and I don't even know if history is true. To be quite frank, I don't really believe anything because, for example, like the written paper, the documents, those can really be like they can be, how you say, copiado, like if Mickey Mouse, falso, mal hecho, made up. So history could all be a lie. Anyways, that's not the topic today. The topic today is a quick introduction to what this podcast is, and it's going to be chaotic apparently because I've gone into 3 different tangents in the past 2 minutes of the few seconds, not even minutes. I didn't even make 2 minutes, make it 2 minutes. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I'm nervous. First episode. I got little butterflies in my tummy. Not me saying I didn't care anymore like 5 seconds ago. I was like, yeah, but I don't really care. And I'm over here talking about I'm nervous. It's so funny. It's so funny how the brain plays tricks on you, right? Every time that you're going to try something new or something for the first time, your brain is like, hold on. What are we doing? We're stepping out the comfort zone here. I don't want to be uncomfortable, but it's like we need to be. We must be uncomfortable in order to grow. I don't think that you can grow comfortably. I mean, there is a difference between flowing with the current and against it, right? Or swimming against it. And I'm Cuban. I swam here, so I know a lot about swimming. Which I'm gonna get into that story one day because it's crazy. I was at sea for 3 days, 3 days, 2 nights, and I thought I was gonna die. So I'll tell you about that story another time. Back to the original topic, which is all gone with the wind. So let's just get into this episode, shall we? Episode in this moment, I realized that smoking and podcasting do not mix. They don't go together. In my head, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a little stoned and I'm gonna go batshit on these topics that I'm so passionate about and knowledgeable on that I've been holding back from sharing with beautiful people like you. And coughing into a microphone is going to suck for you, my beautiful listener. So I'll do my best to not do that again. Cough, of course, I might smoke again, but cough. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying not to cough again. Okay. What am I here for? What am I doing here? What am I doing? The tone for every episode and this entire podcast is curious, grounded, and human. My goal and mission is to connect with you, to share lessons, stories, not trauma dump, but maybe share some vulnerable experiences that have absolutely changed the course of my entire life, that could potentially change yours, and or at least help in some sort of way. I'm so like ambitious. I'm like, yeah, I want to change the world. Like that's in my hands. What a Ay, qué creída. Mira, di que cambiar el mundo, que tiene el mundo en sus manos, creída, Dios mío. Anyways. So, the core, the core exploration for today. And by the way, if you are listening and not watching, I very much suggest that you watch. To be quite frank with you, I am obsessed with making people laugh, and not in a way that I'm going to make myself look a fool. I might do that anyway, but accidentally. That is never the mission and intention. So, what was I saying? Hello? I've been obsessed with comedy my entire life. And I used to watch silent comedy, slapstick. That's what it's called. I just learned that term. I'm so proud of my immigrant self. Slapstick comedy. Thank you very much. And yeah, I don't know. I want to make you laugh, essentially. And if that means sharing myself with you to make you laugh, then that's what I am here to do, I suppose. That's all I want to do. Okay. Episode number 1 of Sovereign Sessions. Okay, let's get right into it. I should probably elaborate a little bit on that, actually. I said a space to discover you, and people are probably gonna be like, whoa, what do you mean? I don't want anybody to discover me. Oh. So let's add a few more descriptive sentences to that introduction, okay? I'm so excited for this. Okay. Welcome to Sovereign Sessions, a space where we get to connect, share, explore, discover, laugh, hopefully. I don't know. I simply want to share with you some tools that have helped me get through very difficult times in my life, like immigrating to a whole new world. A whole new world. I started taking singing lessons, so I'm working on that. Swam here 3 days at sea, started a whole new life in a whole new world. Recently, I don't want to say fully healed because I don't like that term. I don't like the use of that term at all. I don't think that you are like, if you're healing, excuse me, if you're healing, then that means that you're broken or sick in the first place. And that I don't like that implication. So, grow from, that's a better term. Recently grew from a breakup, a 7-year relationship breakup. And there are some tools that I learned along the way while I was creating my mindset coaching programs after I got through that. And many other things in my life, of course, but everybody goes through struggles. You are struggling with something, you have struggled, you will struggle, as me too. Like, we're all in this together. Yes. I simply want to share. I don't know. I want to share, and hopefully it helps you. And if it does, cool. And if it doesn't, that's cool too. At least I tried. And, hopefully, at least make you smile. If I don't get a full laugh, if I don't get a full, I'm okay with that. But if I get a little, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that too. So, shall we continue? Thank you very much. This is all about the truth. This is about the truth. The truth. And the truth is that you are craving to be witnessed. That's all, folks. Thank you. No, so what I mean by that is, for example, and this can apply in every and any category in life, right? But I think that relationships, to circle back around, is something that we all experience and we all constantly go through in life. I feel that, or I think, in my opinion, when you are in a relationship with somebody, when you embark on the journey of marriage, you are essentially witnessing each other. You are there to witness one another, obviously support along the way, and equally work towards whatever goal it is that you set together and separately. But the entire purpose is to witness one another's growth and evolution and development. I mean, relationships are a mirror for you to see what you need to work on. They're a literal mirror that tell you, hey, these are the areas that we got to do a little bit of changing in, okay? A little bit of improving, a little bit of upgrading, cleaning up, removing, getting rid of, because it's not working. So relationships are simply that, simply something to use as a catalyst for growth, for personal development. And you have the freedom to think of relationships however you desire. Okay, that is simply my opinion. Disclaimer, that's my opinion. Okay, little water break. So that is what I mean when I say that you are craving to be witnessed, and cut and reverse. A little bit of a side note, because that's part of the reason why we're here too. Okay, the chaos is part of it. If you don't want the chaos, then I'm sorry. This is what I got to give you right now. This is my best right now. Okay? I will do better in the future as I gain more skills and more practice and more everything. I will improve. But as of right now, this is my best. Okay? Okay, thank you. So I was having a conversation. We're gonna take a little like this is our path, this is our direction, but we're gonna take a little, a little, because why not? It's fun. We're gonna go off roading. We got 4x4. We're gonna go on a little trail roading, off roading, real quick. So, let me remember the trail direction. Let me remember the pathway. um. Oh, I remember. Yeah. So I was having a conversation with someone earlier today. Nope, I lied. Yesterday. I lied again. Nope. Yeah, I didn't lie. No, yesterday. Yesterday. And we were speaking about this. We were speaking about my podcast or podcasting in general. Not everything is about me. I understand that. So we were talking about this, and he's like, I don't know if I could do that. I don't think that I could ever do that. Like that's like to sit in front of a camera, and and like I get it. Trust me, I get it. I understand 187%. I get it. But like everything in this life, like any and every skill and hobby and anything in life, is you have to practice to improve, and practice makes improvement, not perfection. That is important. Practice makes improvement, not perfection. Perfection is non-existent. It doesn't exist. It's something that you made up in your mind to aspire for something greater, but which is great. It's a beautiful thing. We should all do that. But the downfall to that is the following: never being truly content with anything that you produce, falling into to go to the extreme depressive state because of constant dissatisfaction, lack of acceptance, if you will. Whoa, we didn't have to go that deep. Whoa, dude, that's so deep. Oh my god. I lost it. It's gone. We went really deep, and I'm gonna find my way back though. We're gonna find the light. We're gonna find the light. Just give me a moment. Okay, podcast, conversation, couldn't do it. Skill, you develop it, you work on it. Just like practice makes improvement. Not perfect. We're back. We're back. And we're live once again. We're back, baby. Thank you for tuning into Eliani's radio station. So yes, just like practice, it's a skill that you develop. Yes, yes, yes. That is the ultimate dream, to be comfortable and accepting of myself enough to fully show out being myself 100% of the time. Because some days you wake up and you just want to crawl in your bed, and if you do have to get out, you just want to get out in some really cozy pajamas or sweatpants, a really big giant cozy hoodie, maybe even a ski mask on your face. And I simply cannot allow myself to fall into that, because it will become a thing. I will never not wear that ever again. So I choose to push myself, even when I don't feel like it, to get up and do a little bit of makeup at least. And if I'm feeling really shitty, I'll throw on a pair of heels just to bring myself up a little more. But lately, to be quite frank, I don't know. I've been needing a little break from them. I'm like, I don't even want to wear those. So I'll just put on sneakers and life, growth, getting comfortable in front of the camera. Yes, growth. What else? Okay, the whole purpose of this episode. That's right. The title and introduction of this episode. This episode. Wow. We are 23 minutes rolling, and I have yet to spoken. Okay, we got one subject. We talked about the relationships being mirrors and us craving to be witnessed here on as we evolve. Like, aren't sometimes you're just so eager and itchy to tell someone something that you're so passionate about and excited and been working so hard towards, and that is okay. You should be comfortable and safe to do that. You know, yell your accomplishments from the top of your lungs. Be proud of yourself. This life is hard. And if you accomplish anything at all, like even brushing your teeth in the morning, dude, you're fucking killing it. Rockstar. Anyways, the standards hopefully are not that low, but but you know, sometimes they can be. Sometimes they can be, and I've been there too. Wah, wah, wah. Okay, on my to-do list, I need to learn a new word every single day so I can expand my vocabulary and properly speak to you. Wow. Went off on a tangent number 86. Thank you. We will make it. I have one more bullet point that I would like to hit. Okay? You guys are doing great. Thank you for staying with me. I love you so much. I mentioned people don't need advice, they need presence. What does that mean? Okay, so everybody is sharing their perspectives. And that's great when that person is in the position that you want to be in. Oh my God, I want their career. I'm going to ask them for advice. That's the only time that you would ask for advice. And, or this person does this really well. I want to learn how to do that. Okay, you get the point. Great. Now, on the flip side, I don't know how to speak English, so bear with me. On the flip side of that, let me think about it. That piece of advice that they are going to give you is going to come with lessons, learnings, pros, but it is also going to come with fears, doubts, cons. We simply move with presence. We are not getting offended. And if we are acknowledging it, accepting it, and wondering why we got offended. Maybe there's a truth there that we don't want to accept. If they are oh so interested in asking for our advice, then we provide it. Or We ask, may I give you some advice? This was a hard one for me because sometimes I'm just like, I want to help you. And so I just start helping, but some people don't want to be helped. So I have learned a little bit of discernment there to figure out those who want to be helped and those who doesn't, so that I can either keep my mouth shut or provide something of value. Wow, we have made it to the last bullet point. How does modern life disconnect us from real witnessing, from real presence? Wow. I am so excited to get into this because I've learned some things that I want to share with you. The imagination. Okay. You create with your mind. You create ideas, you create images, you create goals, you create scenarios, which, but we're not going to get into that one today. And there is multiple lives that we experience in this life, especially now that we have access to platforms like these social platforms. We have our virtual life, which is what you're experiencing right now. We have our reality, which is your current life situation. I'll explain the difference between reality and life situation and why they're not the same, and why I don't even like the word reality and won't call it that. But anyways, versus imagination, which is your power to create, and vision, which is your power to create a milestone to get to, a checkpoint. That's the one. What's the difference between all of these? They're experienced differently. Are all aspects of you simply experienced in different mediums. I want to go into when I mentioned earlier that reality and life situation is not the same thing. When we say reality, when people say be realistic, to my understanding, they're referring to what you see in the current present moment, everything that has manifested to this moment. And to clarify, when I say manifested, I simply mean translated from your mind to your current reality. Life situation, I mean a current phase, season, or experience that you are currently navigating through your life path in this moment. That's a life situation you are separate from. It is simply a moment in time in which you are experiencing what you're experiencing now. It will pass. It like, it's not eternal. Reality, when people say be realistic, reality, it gives off an almost unchangeable connotation, if you will. We oftentimes get stuck in our own brains, and this is where anxiety and depression stems from. We get stuck in our own brains about where we are, where we want to be, or where we once were, and how those three are no longer connected. They are not connected in this moment. They are only connected in your brain because of feeling and emotion. You attach a memory or a future result to a feeling or an emotion that you had experienced or will experience. But that no longer exists to source. They're not connected to you as a being. They are simply an experience that you witnessed. And as a witness of that experience, you get to decide whether you want to pick out the lessons and remove and release what no longer serves, or whether you are going to crumble into that mess of confusion, of darkness, of cold disconnection. Okay, hold on, real quick, because this turned into one of those like the dare suicide or drug don't do drugs commercials. I don't know, or the Oh my god. Sometimes I speak so eloquently, and other times pure gibberish and stutter. Balance. That's the one. That's the one. Balance. You gotta live a balanced life. Balanced life. Anyways, I went on another number 5,878 tangent. Thanks. Thanks. I'm working really hard here. Okay, we talked about virtual life, experiencing that differently from reality, what reality and a life situation is. And we talked about we haven't hit the point on imagination yet that I want to talk about. Okay, cool. So, and vision. I'll get to that one too. Imagination. I didn't speak. So, fun fact, I learned English watching SpongeBob, which probably explains a lot, right? Yeah. I know. I know. So, imagination. Okay, bear with me here. We're going to dive into an Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. Okay? So, bear with me. Imagination. To imagine. To imagine, I just start singing. It turns into a musical. Everything that you have experienced in life and all that you are experiencing now, you imagined at some point to some degree. Now, life doesn't necessarily work in the way in which you get what you want. You usually get what you need, and what you want is usually even greater than you could have imagined. So when we imagine something, it's planting a seed, but we don't know what fruit that seed bears. So we plant a seed and we imagine where we desire to be and what feelings we desire to have, and we imagine the smells that we want to experience and the feelings that we want to touch, and the type of people that we want to share this life with, and we imagine experiences that we want to witness, manifest, if you wish to use that word. You are using your imagination. And all that you have imagined in the past has become a reality or will at some point. The fact that what you will experience or have experienced or are experiencing doesn't exactly match up in the exact way in which you envisioned it, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Whether it does or doesn't does not give more or less weight to the word imagination and the act and practice of imagining. So we've covered so far virtual life versus reality versus life situations versus imagination, and now vision. So vision is essentially what keeps you going. No, vision is usually attached to willpower. It's usually inspiration, motivation. You have a vision, you have a clear purpose, maybe the word for you, or goal or experience that you desire to achieve and accomplish in this lifetime. Perhaps if not in this lifetime, then for people to experience after you leave this lifetime. That's vision. That's another way of experiencing life. You are experiencing life through a vision. All that you do is aligned towards that vision. All that you decide to remove from your calendar or add is aligned to that vision. It's working towards that vision. If it's not working towards that, then we don't spend time in that. Okay. I'm going to start wrapping this up and connecting all of this together, because I could literally keep talking for eternity. Nobody wants that. My voice is getting dry. You don't want to hear me. Ooh! You don't want to hear me with dry, raspy voice. So let's wrap this up. Oh boy, I'm gonna have a blast editing this video. And that's sarcasm. We spoke about witnessing one another through presence and being a bit more conscious on advice, whether we are giving it or taking it. How modern life disconnects us from real witnessing. Oof. Obviously, we have constant distractions. We have our phones attached to our hands permanently, and it's constant distraction. All of us have developed a habit in which we literally go straight onto doom scrolling, even if we opened up the phone to call 911. So that has absolutely disconnected us from being present and in the moment, and perhaps Coke in the 80s. Okay. All right, guys. I honestly don't even know. I don't know. I don't even know, period. This, we can call it a pilot episode, because I don't know if I want to continue sovereign sessions to smoke a little. I thought it was a good idea, but I got lost like 500 times, and however, I probably would do that sober anyway. So you know what? I'm gonna smoke. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you took something from this video, because I quite genuinely don't even remember what I gave you just now. Have a great year. I love you. Till next time. Simply being present solves like 80% of your problems. Matter of fact, I'm going to be bold and say 100% of your problems, because they are all created in the mind, attaching outcomes, situations, expectations, lack of acceptance, and all of these attached emotions to something, attachment to something. And so if we simply accept, let go, and be present, oh my god, we would all be so much happier all the time. Oh, that would be such a beautiful world. Can you imagine the freedom of having conversations with one another in pure essence, in pure joy, in pure peace and comfort and trust and safety, and we can be open and be able to speak on things that are difficult to talk about, but that we must, things that without us speaking on, it's just, we're making spit it out, Eleni. Come on, you got this. You got this. I got this. No, I'm gonna call it a night here. Yeah. No, nope. I That's it. Battery is at 0. It's gone. It's all gone. I think that I gave you, I think, no, I know that I gave you my absolute best in this very moment. And so I hope that you took something from this video of value, that, or even a smile, even a cringe. Even if you cringed, I'm happy. Like, if in any way it made you feel something, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for taking your time to be here, to be here. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here. I really, really, really appreciate it. Bye. I have no idea how that went whatsoever. So I will now edit this and cringe and see where it went, because I truly, truly don't know. Don't know. No idea. I yapped a lot, and yeah, I don't know. You tell me how that went. You can hate. It's okay. I don't blame you at all. Thank you. Bye.